In Xanadu did Kubla Khan a stately pleasure dome decree. Just think about the immense power packed into those opening lines. Kubla Khan doesn't just build this world, right? He decrees it. He speaks, and the physical landscape fundamentally alters itself to serve his ultimate vision. And instantly we're hit with this massive central tension. On one hand, you have the ultimate display of human control. This stately pleasure dome, surrounded by 10 miles of fertile ground enclosed by impenetrable walls and towers. It is perfectly contained, mastered. But literally right next to it lies the wild, untamable mystery of nature, caverns measureless to man, dropping off into a completely sunless sea. You got the meticulously measured sitting right on the edge of the utterly measureless.
Now, within those human-made walls, it is an absolute paradise of order and light. Gardens bright with sinuous rills, incense-bearing trees, ancient forests enfolding sunny spots of greenery. It is a space hyper-cultivated for deep, sensory peace.
But wait, because that peace, it's kind of just an illusion of control. Let's trace the actual journey of the sacred river Alph, which is the thread tying this whole landscape together. It does not begin peacefully. It starts violently, basically forced from the earth. Then, sure, it spends 5 miles meandering with a mazy motion through the woods. But eventually, it reaches those terrifying measureless caverns and sinks in pure tumult down to a lifeless ocean.
The contrast is jarring. You leave the sunny gardens and hit a deep, romantic chasm. A savage place, as holy and enchanted as ere beneath a waning moon was haunted by women wailing for her demon lover.
I mean, listen to the sheer chaotic energy of the earth forcing out this mighty fountain. It's seething with ceaseless turmoil. The earth is literally described as breathing in fast, thick pants. You've got huge fragments vaulting like rebounding hail, rocks scattering like chafy grain beneath a flail. It is pure, unadulterated, violent kinetic energy. And it's exactly out of this violent, breathing, turbulent chasm that the holy river Alph is continuously forced into existence, flung up amidst these dancing rocks. As that river crashes down from its violent birth and plunges into those measureless caverns, the sheer tumult of the rushing water generates a terrifying sound echoing all the way up from the depths. And mid this tumult, Kubla heard from far ancestral voices prophesying war. So we arrive at this impossible, miraculous contrast, a miracle of rare device. We are looking at a landscape where a warm, sunny pleasure dome exists simultaneously and perfectly alongside deep, freezing caves of ice. Logically, it makes zero sense. It completely defies the laws of reality. But right when we're grounded in that geography, boom, the whole landscape of Xanadu vanishes, and we are pulled directly into the narrator's dream. A damsel with a dulcimer, in a vision once I saw. He sees an Abyssinian maid playing her dulcimer, singing of Mount Abora. Notice the shift here? We've suddenly zoomed all the way in from the massive, grand scale of emperors and bottomless chasms down to a singular, intimate moment of a woman playing a song. And yet, this simple song holds the key to an entirely new kind of power. Here is the absolute crux of the poem. If he could just revive her symphony and song within himself, that inspiration would give him a divine, almost godlike ability. He wouldn't need an imperial decree or thousands of earthly laborers to build a pleasure dome. Through the sheer, untethered force of artistic inspiration, by literally reciting that music loud and long, he would build that sunny dome and those caves of ice right there in the air. But unlocking that ultimate artistic creation comes with a steep price. It transforms the creator into something terrifying, something utterly inhuman to the outside world. And all who heard should see them there, and all should cry, "Beware, beware! His flashing eyes, his floating hair." Imagine being a normal person witnessing a creator possessed by that level of raw, divine vision. It demands absolute protection. The onlookers are instructed to literally weave a circle round him thrice and close their eyes with holy dread.
And why are they so terrified? Because the Creator has completely transcended the mortal realm. He is no longer fueled by ordinary things. As the poem says, "For he on honeydew hath fed and drunk the milk of paradise." Consuming the very essence of the eternal forever separates this artist from the everyday reality of the onlookers who are desperately weaving circles of protection.
Looking back at this wild journey, from the physical walls of Xanadu to the boundless, terrifying heights of human imagination, we have to ask ourselves, what does it truly mean to drink the milk of paradise? Does raw creative inspiration give you the power to build a beautiful, lasting pleasure dome for all the world to marvel at? Or does it ultimately consume you, leaving you trapped in a terrifying, measureless cavern of your own mind, completely isolated from the rest of humanity? It is an absolutely fascinating paradox to chew on.